All righty. You know what that sound is. Anybody know what demo we're doing today? Here's the thing. If you hear some shaking sounds, if you hear all of the rattles and rock and roll, you know we are doing a demo on the Breeze. So good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up and Airbrush. It's our weekly demo that we do at 10:30 a.m. so that you can really just see all of the great products that we have, see how to use them, see what to do with them, all of the fun stuff. So I am Dorothy. I am one of the beauty experts here at Luminess, here to really just help you kind of see what's happening and going down. Okay, so here is what we are demoing today. The Breeze Starter Kit that comes with the Breeze system, 2 foundations, a blush, and an illuminator. And so we are going to really just start with that and kind of do a full makeup look with just the Breeze. Hello, Andrea. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. I appreciate it. So glad you're here. So, hi, Yuri. So glad you're here. Thank you for your kind words. Come on in, say hi. I'm going to do a demo today on the Breeze, and we are going to do a full makeup look from primer to contour to blush, eyeshadow, everything, one device. And it's really going to show the versatility of the Breeze. So the one thing that you guys have got to make sure that you know is that when you use the Breeze, you've got to shake the bottles of your products. Now, right now, they are having a BOGO sale, a buy one, get one free sale on all of, on not all of them, but on a lot of their Breeze products. And so if you are looking to try a different foundation, try some blush, try contour, all of that good stuff, now is the time to do it. They are having a BOGO sale. So come on in, say hi, give some loves, give some likes, share all of that good stuff. Let's get started. So here's the Breeze. Now, one of the things you've got, we're going to really talk about the ins and outs of how to use it. We're going to show the basics real quick. One thing you want to make sure is that you do 4-finger whisks away and that you are lightly pulling on this trigger. If you pull back too far on this trigger, it is going to be, you're going to release too much of the product. So that is a major thing, is making sure you only pull back lightly. So what are we doing? First thing I am going to do is I am going to use, let me pull up it. I am going to use the Boosted primer. This is the primer that adds a little bit more luminosity to your skin. Because I'm over 50, you know, sometimes we lose that luminosity and we want to have a little bit more of a glow to it. So I am using the Boosted primer. And let me move this out of the way. I've already shaken my bottles really well. That's really important that you do that. I'm going to put about, well, I was going to put about 4 drops in there, but it just kind of went in. So Boosted, that is the primer that I am using. It is going to add some sheer luminosity to my skin. Again, 4-finger whisks away and just going lightly around to add the primer in the areas that I want. One of the things about primer is you want to really make sure that you have a great foundation. When I say foundation, a great barrier between your skin and the foundation. And so primers really help with that. Boosted really just gives a little bit of a luminosity to that skin. And that is one of the reasons I like it, because right now I'm all about the glow and the luminosity to the skin and letting it just show up and show out beautifully. So That is one. That is boosted. I'm done with boosted. See how it gives that little bit of a glow to the skin, and it is going to build the barrier between my skin and the foundation. One more, and here's the thing, primers are all the rage and they really do work well. If I were needing more moisture, I would go ahead and use the moisturizing primer, but I feel like this is going to give enough today. So next, I am going to I'm going to bronze, and I am going to highlight. So which one am I going to do first? I'm going to conceal and highlight first. Okay. And with that, I use the eraser. Now we have several. We have a CC that you can use. It's in light, like medium, medium dark. This is eraser. I love eraser. I think it is a great product. I use it under my eyes as a concealer, and really enjoy how eraser works for me. Andrea, you missed the demo, but you caught it on YouTube. Yay! Oily eyelids before applying eyeshadow. There is a few tips and tricks you can do for oily eyelids. One, and it's going to really depend on how oily they are. Okay, this bottle's not working. Give me just 1 second. There it is. One of the things you can use for oily eyelids, you can powder, put conceal and powder first. So you can powder on it. That'll help absorb the oil. But if it's not a light amount of oil and it's a fairly heavy amount of oil on the eyelids that like make your eyeshadow roll and stuff, you're going to have to get an eyelid primer. There's several great eyelid primers out there, and that will help with the oil and your eyelids, keeping your eyeshadow where you want it. Now, the one thing I do recommend on the eyelid primer, put it on your lid mainly, and then just pat it up. Okay. Don't come up here. It makes it hard to blend your shadows out because it has like a little grippy stick to it. So put it and start it on your lid first. Okay. I got my eraser, put it in here. I am going to highlight where I feel like I need more coverage, like under the eyes. I'm going to add a little pre-coverage there on my chin because for some reason I have a really red chin. And if I have any left over where I would normally put a highlighter, I'll do a little bit there. But when you are going under the eyes, remember we're 4-finger whisks away. We're tilting it down. I can actually feel the air as to where the product's going to go. So it's not like I'm going to accidentally shoot myself in the eye with the product, okay? Unless it spits like that, which it just did. That was interesting. So let me just pat that off. But it is not as like it's going to just, I'm not going to know where it goes, okay? I can feel it with that air with the coming out. So I am going to ever so lightly pull back on this trigger right here, very, very lightly. And I am going to just let it go right there under my eyes. Let it go right there under my eyes. And you can close your eyes. It's okay. And look, I have that lightness right there. It will lighten up in just a minute. It's not going to be that stark or that heavy. Remember, this is a pre-coverage thing. And so eraser is really, really light. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Do a little bit on the eyes because we're going to do eyeshadow today also. And so let me see how much I have in here. Yeah, it's pretty good. And so eraser is really fair. And I do that on purpose because, well, I'm really fair. And so it works a-okay with me. I'm going to come in with my brush just a little bit and do a little bit of putting that right up under that lash line and just moving that pigment just a little bit under that lash line so that it goes and is saturated all the way up. You can get under the eyes really, really well, but I like it right up in that lash line. And so I just use a little brush to do that. So there's my highlight. Next, I am going to come in and do a contour. Now, do we have a contour that you can use? Absolutely, 100%. But I'm just going to use a deeper foundation. Our foundations are buy one, get one. Get a darker color for your contour. That's what a contour is. Contour is a deeper color, and where you place it is what makes a difference. And so I normally wear a 20-30 mix. That's my perfect foundation color. This is a 70. I could go 50 to 70 on my contour. And so I'm going to do that first. And this is before I've put on any foundation. I'm putting my contour, my conceal, my pre-coverage, all of that before my foundation, because my foundation is going to subtly and beautifully just blend it all the way around. So I'm going to put about 3 to 4 drops in there. This is going to be fun. Let me get this real quick. Looks like, okay, it was a couple drops. There we go. Okay, I've got my color in there. Again, this is a darker color that I'll be using as a contour. I'm going to contour up in here. I'm going to do the top of my cheekbone and then right here underneath, okay? And remember, 4-finger whisk away. Don't pull back too hard on this trigger or you'll release everything really, really quickly. Okay, pull my mirror. Alrighty, hold on. I need to back bubble real quick this particular formula. So if you find that your formula is getting thick, so that 70 hasn't been used much, and so it can get a little thick, all I'm going to do with that is add a couple of drops of water. This is a water-based solution. So here's an easy fix. I'm going to back bubble that color in with it. This will thin out the color. Again, sometimes this is pigment only. Sometimes if it sits too long, it can get thick and it can oxidize. And that's what's happened with this 70 because, again, it's not a color I wear very often. I only contour with it or use it as a demo. And so I'm just thinning it out. So if you come up with your foundation that's sat too long or whatnot and it's not coming through, you can put a little bit of water in it, back bubble, and that will help thin it out so it'll come through easily. All righty. Doing a little back bubble real quick here. Hold on. Now, you heard the machine go off right here. That is because it is on an automatic timer. So if you find it is on an automatic timer and it goes off, it's not broken, guys. It is just doing its job in automatic timing. Okay, so for some reason, my head has clogged. So we're just going to take that off. And sometimes that can be due to a particular product. Sometimes that can just be due to the fact that it's been sitting a little while and I need to do a deep clean on it. Give me 1 second. So if you find that that head clogs, you had 2 machines and the head placed and it still won't work. You have many vials of product, you switch the new serum. Any suggestions? So I hear you. One of the things you can do, mine just kind of did its thing, clogged up. And so I am going to do what we call a deep clean on it real quick. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm taking that out. One of the things you can do, Janet, is give customer service a call. You've had 2 heads. A couple of things. Make sure that make sure that it is charged really well, that you back bubble a lot because that needle can get kind of it can get coated with foundation. It can get coated with, and it can dry out. Some of the things that happens is that needle has to be lubricated, which is what the tip top cleaner is good for. And so we want to make sure that that is clean. Another thing is if you keep finding that the breeze is continually clogging on you, you switch to the new serum foundation. Any suggestions? Go ahead and talk to them about possibly exchanging the breeze, the full unit, not just the head, exchanging it maybe for an icon or whatnot. It may help with the goings on. Okay. Hold on. So if you'll notice, I'm messing with this little gold nut and bolt here because this is what goes over the needle. There's a needle. And you've got to make sure that needle is clean and it's pulled out. And sometimes this little nut can get dirty and can hold on to things. And so what I'll do is I'll take a Q-tip and I'll clean this nut right here. And I'll clean it on the back end right here to make sure there's no, see, there's stuff in there. And so I want to make sure that that is where we will have issues with clogging, especially when we're using thicker formulas or mixing our serums and mixing some of the other formulas in there. They can kind of react to each other. And so I'm going to do a really good clean on the tip. I'm going to put it right here and I am just going to screw it back on, not super tight, but just enough to where I can feel it stop. Let's turn it back on. I'm going to push back here and let's see if that helps the flow of things. And we have flow. So it's really simple to get it going again. Once the flow stops, you just have to get whatever is blocking it, which is usually pigmentation from any of the products, off of the needle and off of the little bolt. So now I have flow. Wasn't a messed up head, wasn't a problem. It's just cleaning maintenance. And because I haven't done a deep clean in a bit, probably should have done that before I started the demo, right? But this is real life. This is real life. And what happens when you have a great device that you can use over and over? I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more tip top in there. Press it out. Okay, it is full clear. Janet, do you see how that ended up just unclearing and unclogging right there on the spot? That is kind of one of the maintenance things we do. So now let's get back to our demo. Quick clean. We're going to put a couple drops of the deep in there and add our foundation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Rose 4-in-1 foundation. If you haven't tried the Rose, it's a great fuller coverage foundation that I think you'll love. I use half and half of the 30-20. So I'll use like 3 drops of the 30 in there and then probably 4 drops of the 20. I usually add a little bit of extra fair in there to give my coloring and coverage. Again, it timed out. I'm going to come in, back bubble those colors together. And again, we're 4-finger whisks away. And we are going to start airbrushing now. And my little light, you see that little light that's coming on? It just blinked red. And you know what that's telling me? It's telling me I need to charge it. Of course I do. How often do you guys charge your breeze? Do you charge it once a week? Do you charge it as it's needed? How often do you charge it? I usually charge once a week, and it usually lasts plenty to go and to do that. And so this one definitely is time to charge. It yelled at me with a little bit of red and told me, hey, it's time to charge. Remember, guys, we're 4 finger widths away. We are barely pulling back. See, it's blinking red on me. And so it's telling me that I need to charge it. So here's what I'm going to do. Since we're in the middle of a demo, I am going to use my skincare base, not head, because it is already charged. And I'm going to use that to blow and to put my makeup on. But I'm going to use my makeup head with it because, again, it's charged. Once a week, usually between Saturdays and Sundays. That is a great time to do that. So if you saw, I did not charge my main head, and you're seeing that I'm having to adjust. I had to clean the head because I haven't done a good clean on it. I hadn't charged it. So I put my skincare bottom. The compressor is not I can use the compressor with any head, but I can't use the head and put any product in the head on the skincare one. So it really is versatile. So if I run out of a battery, I can go ahead and just use my skincare head, unless it's blinking red and it's off too. And then you're not doing that. That is so funny, guys, that both of them have just kind of said you need to charge. Do I have another one in here? I do not. Okay, so let's shift. Foundation's on. Let's go ahead and let's move into the rest of the coloring and the rest of the look. So at least I got through the foundation, and we've got the foundation set with the concealer, with the primer, with illuminators, all of the good stuff. Now you can just come in and you can add your blush. You can add all of the things. I am actually going to go with a little bit of a brighter color today. I know that's a little bit scary for a blush, but I want to add a little bit of brightness to the skin and have a little bit of fun with it. I'm going to add that up here. Now, I will tell you, one of the fun things that I really enjoy doing is I really enjoy mixing traditional with airbrush and really creating versatile and customized looks. And I'm using the same color that I did on the blush, on the eyeshadow, just for convenience sake, and to let it come in and be what it is. I like simplicity for the most part. Now, if I feel like I need a little bit of finessing, one of the big trends here now is using powder and creams and airbrush and all of the things together. And that is the beauty with the Luminess products, is they are all ready to go together. They are all formulated to be able to interchange and mix and match. So look, if your device dies like mine just did because, well, I didn't charge it. And that could have also been, just so you know, Janet, that could have also been a challenge with it not blowing out properly, was that I didn't have enough power in it because it was not charged properly. This particular live is all the things you shouldn't do before you go, and what you need to do before you go and do your makeup is making sure that it's charged, making sure that it's cleaned really well, all of those things. We are troubleshooting today because I didn't do my part as, putting my makeup on and making sure the device was ready to go. So I can't really blame the device for not working when, I needed to do a deep clean on it, or when I needed to plug it in and charge it and let it, get the full juice that it needed to blow things out. That was all on me. So there's several things we can do when it starts to act up. We really need to just kind of check those boxes off to make sure that all of the little parts, all of the little things that help keep our device good and in great shape and healthy are working properly. And that it's not an easy fix. I mean, that's an easy fix compared to having to have something sent to you and changed and all of the good stuff. All righty. So quick, easy eyes, quick, easy blush. Now, one of the things I am going to do, and I do this with every single look that I create is I do a final buffing. I come in and I make sure that buffing is done. So for me, buffing looks like a buff brush. It's flat, it's fluffy, there's nothing on it. And this is going to make sure everything is softened and blend and looks beautiful at the end. And it doesn't matter if I've airbrushed, it doesn't matter if I've used traditional foundation or whatever. This is a technique. And so I'm going to take that and it just takes off, blends away any harsh lines, takes off any excess pigment or product that maybe is a little too heavy sitting on the skin and doesn't need to be there. And I'm not doing it hard. I'm just doing what I call a light buff and final blend over the face. It softens the whole look. If you do it too hard, you'll remove the makeup, and you don't want to do that. But with just a light buff, it just really softens the whole look and gives a really pretty final finish. Last thing, a little bit of lips, liner just on the bottom. And then my favorite kind of a lip color. It's one of my favorites. It is our vinyl lip gloss. What color do I want? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. It's one of our vinyl lips. I think it's beautiful. I think it looks great on, and it wears so, so well. And we're just going to add that right there. It's a really pretty peachy pink. Adds that little bit of an extra va-va-voom to your look. And for now, you have a really nice, really pretty polished look with airbrushing. So next time I will make sure everything is charged and everything is really, really clean. And we will do eyeshadow and we'll go heavy on the illuminator and just have a lot of fun using different products to see how we can do it. So thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions, remember, we have beauty experts on the phone that you can reach at any point in time. You can give them a call at the number at 1-800-416-9981. That's their direct line. They are there for you. They're there to help customize, help walk you through clogging issues, help walk you through color matches, all of the things. They are there for you. Also, if you are looking for a connection with a beauty expert, they are over at Luminess Live, which is one of our groups. You can connect with them there. You can message, you get a color match, all of the things. We have beauty experts available for you to help customize and create a look that you can love. You can use your formulas. You can buy new formulas. We can help you just really get the right color, the right finish, and create a look. So until next time, remember, the most beautiful thing you can wear and that you can bring to the table is kindness. So be kind to yourself and be kind to others.